It's like it's a gemstone, not a dance. We have 3 pieces and all are on sale, and I cannot believe it. I was wearing this. Again, if you saw that spiny oyster necklace that sold out that was big and bold, and you're that kind of girl, welcome to this necklace. Oh my gosh, lace agate with the woggle woggle on it. And then check out this bold, beautiful cuff, and we have the matching earrings. It's sort of like a paddle design in a way.
It's a paddle design. This is woggle, and this is actually Malawi.
Oh.
Blue
lace.
Blue agate. Yeah.
Blue lace.
So, yeah. Well, they think anything blue is blue lace, but this is actually Malawi. It is. Yeah, it's Malawi blue agate. It's a beautiful blue agate, and then you've got it's on the thing, right? But this material. Okay, talk about fun stories. Okay, this almost looks like an aquamarine, or almost like cool. It's kind of like got almost an aquamarine look to it. The woggle stone. Okay, we met this guy in Tucson year before last, so 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. This was a brand new mine find. He brought it. He didn't even have any this year. We went and saw him, but he went out and dug this, and he was such a character, a really cool guy. I mean, you know, he's so nice. The Australians have they have kind of a very different sense of humor, something that you and I can kind of
relate?
Okay. We can relate to it. It's kind of our sick sense of humor. Everything is funny to them. Everything is funny, right? But anyway, when I bought this material, now you have to understand, he's got this in big chunks. Each one probably weighs, I don't know, 150, maybe even 200 pounds.
Gosh.
This guy's arms are as big as my legs, right? I mean, they're huge, because all he does is pick up these stones all the time. So I said, that's really cool. I said, how are we gonna load this? Because I had to load it in a container and everything. He went over and picked these things up.
Stop it, on his own?
Picked them up, I swear. And
wow.
I had me and a friend, and we could barely pick one up just to lift it and move it. So I have fond memories of this, but it turned out better than I even imagined. It's an incredible, incredible stone. As far as I know, we bought everything he had. He didn't have any this year. He just had like a few pieces. I mean, he didn't even have, I mean, maybe 100 pounds of it. And they hadn't mined anymore. So they brought, what I love about it though, is just the texture of it. And it's got these swirls in it. It's just a really cool tan, and then each one of it has its own character. It's really that's okay. Neat. That's Tucson, and that was
2 years ago.
2 years ago when we bought the original rough material. That's the material.
It's magical. Like, I love the swirls. You know what it reminds you of is when you go to a really great barista to get a coffee, and they do all that swirling on the top with the latte.
And put your name or your initials. That only costs another $5.
They do your monogram, you know, in it. But it reminds you of that swirly moment.
It's funny
when cream hits the coffee.
Because if you look at this like this, you know, it actually, and everyone is uniquely different in their own right. And we paired it back to that Malawi blue agate, which I really thought brings it out even more.
Yes.
Gives a little bit more of a gemmy look to it. But each one of these, if you like things that are unusual, that are different, that are unique, that you're just not going to see. I mean, let's be honest.
So cool.
How many times have you walked into any store anywhere in the world and said, yeah, I'd like to see that woggle bracelet, or do you have a woggle necklace? You know.
Well, why is it called woggle?
Okay, because that's where it comes from. That's the name of it.
Woggle, Australia?
Yeah, Woggle, Australia.
That is super cool. I love that.
Yeah, and the reason they named it Woggle. Now, it wasn't mined in town, but that was the closest, you know. So that's why you named it Woggle.
It was interesting. The one Sonia's wearing has a little bit of a grayish tone on the bottom of that big paddle.
No, everyone is going to be
very different,
totally different. They're all one-of-a-kind designs. I mean, you're going to get, okay, like as far as the design, all the designs, of course, we're cutting them, you know, they're going to be that design. But because the nature of this material and this unique material is so incredible that there is no way that you can make them all identical. It's impossible. It's natural material. Even, you know, on the blue agate material, you know, and that has a story too. You know, that material is one of those things where I tell that story. We actually were in Malawi, and I was buying sapphire from a sapphire miner, and I was walking through. They had moved all the sapphire buckets to a warehouse, and we laid everything out. We were deciding, you know, negotiating the deal, decided we were going to do the blue sapphire. And when we did that, in the corner, I see 4 barrels of this. I thought it was blue chalcedony. That's because, but it turned out it's a blue agate. But I asked him, you know, do you have anything else new? And he said, no. And I went and found that. I said, well, what about this? He goes, nah, I don't know. He just was, you know, something when we were digging the sapphire, you know, we had 4 barrels of it. I said, okay, I'll take it. But when it cut out awesome. Beautifully. And
That's
you can
gorgeous.
see it on Sonia. Look at it. It's translucent. It glows.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm not saying it's not a lace agate is because it doesn't have the lacing in it, right? And it doesn't have the translucency. It does have some of the white material, but you can see how it doesn't have any lacing. See how clear it is?
Right.
It's all like a clear material.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't
really
that cool?
great. Now, between all 3 pieces, so remember, this is earring, we have this amazing silver cuff and the necklace. We have now less than 300 total. That's it. The cuff, obviously, it's going to fit basically everybody. There's a huge amount of silver on the cuff. It's a very thick, heavy silver. It's beautiful. The earrings are pierced, obviously, and you do have the extension on the back of the necklace. So the necklace itself goes 18 inches. That doesn't include the length of the paddle. The actual pendant's probably another, oh gosh, it's got to be 2.5, 3 inches. All right, do you want me to grab Pat real quick? Can I say Pat? Hi, Pat in New York. You're on with Jay. Welcome. Thanks for waiting.
Hi, this is Pat.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Just fine. I just bought the Australian green opal.
All right.
It's beautiful. Oh, my goodness.
Can't wait to get it. I hope it glows like it shows on TV.
It does. It's even better in person, actually.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I have lots of Australian opal. My engagement ring is from Lightning Ridge.
Oh, Lightning Ridge, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and then here again, you know, Lightning Ridge, there's a little opal that comes out of there now and everything, but you know, over 95% of all the precious opal in the world used to come out of Australia. Now maybe 5%. Maybe
We
that,
were
yeah.
there in 98, and I bought a nice piece of boulder opal in 98.
Yeah.
It was loaded. Opal was all over there.
Yeah, so it was just like that boulder, the boulder opal you just bought, where the boulder opal that you're talking about, it has the beautiful matrix, but it has more like a jelly opal in it, and some of it had fire. So, but like Lightning Ridge, you know, there's nothing really coming out of there. You know, I have an Australian pilot's license. I used to fly to all the different mines. I would take a 2-week trip, land on dirt roads, taxi up to the pub.
All right.
They would tell everybody, all the miners would come, we'd buy their parcels. I really miss those days. I just miss those
But
days.
it's just not even available anymore.
No, there's just no material.
We've been married 45 years this May, so
Oh, all right.
my husband said, buy that one.
Oh, that's neat.
Congratulations.
That's why you've been married 43 years, Pat.
45, yeah. So,
Well, thank you
you.
for joining us.
thank you, Pat. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
Sorry for the long wait.
All right, less than 200 left between everything that you're seeing in front of me. So again, those earrings. And I would say too, once again, like many of the pieces today, don't break the bank, but if you can get the earrings, there's just not a chance to be able to match those again. That would be really rare. The bracelet, I have 24 left. I'll give you a last quick look at it because it's thick. There's a lot of sterling on this bracelet.
If you look at this,
Look at
and
that.
here's what sets us apart too. This is all sheet material. This is all done by silversmiths, okay? This
Your
is all,
silversmiths?
yeah, our silversmiths cut out by hand. All the work on this is done by our people in-house. All the lapidary work is all custom done. I mean, you're really, okay, you are getting something
beautiful.
that you would normally see in a gallery. This is gallery quality. This isn't little, you know, chintzy stuff. I mean, this is all hand done, handcrafted. And the reason that we can do what we can do is because of this unique niche business we have.
Okay.
And we go right to the mine. And in this case, I bought it from the miner, right, the Wagyl stone. I buy the rough material. We do all the designing in-house. We don't buy designs from anybody. We do all the designing in-house. We do all the lapidary work. We do all the silversmithing, or all the silver work is done in-house. Everything's done in-house, and we do everything pretty much. My manufacturing, and I've done every kind of manufacturing you can imagine. You cannot even imagine all the different things that I've done in my jewelry career. And I always go back to the handcrafted, right? Because you will never get a better polish. You will never get more of a personal experience. You will never, ever get the quality and be able to. Here's the thing, even on this, can you imagine?
Just show you that main stone.
This all has to be hand done. There is no machine that will cut that.
Yeah, hand polished,
right?
hand carved, everything, right?
Everything is hand cut, hand carved. All the lapidary work, all the silver work, completely done by hand. Everything we do is we do it from scratch.
Our waggle waggle is almost wiggled wiggled.
Okay, our woggle
woggle is almost
waggled.
waggled. The bracelet, I have 10 left. That's going to be sold out. The necklace, I have 70 left. And the earrings, I have 100 pairs left. So again, stay on the line for that. I think if you're that unique gal and you're like, hey, you know,